side. It's going to get past the catcher, and that is going to be the man to third base. That is Brownhill once again advancing on a wild pitch.
Brownhill's been doing really good on the bases, seeing all the errors, taking all the bases.
Seen a lot of frustration from Evan Schindel, the catcher, who's not quite been able to control the ball as he wants to. Still, a little bit of wild pitches from Munoz, not helping him out so much. Now, the full count. And that is going to be lined into the field. That is the first base hit for the Fossil Ridge SaberCats, and it brings home Brownhill as the score is now 2-0 SaberCats.
That was a good solid line drive, good contact, made it all the way out to left field.
As we're now going to see Baulik for his second attempt at the plate with a man on first, 1 out. SaberCats now with a 2-0 lead.
It seems like they're not getting up by much, but in this game, it seems like a lot. They're up 2-0. Both teams are struggling to get runs.
Yep. We've seen a total of 3 hits so far, and just a miracle that we've even got 2 runs on the board with the way the pitchers are playing. As the ball hits the dirt but bounces out far enough that Johnson's not going to be able to advance. 1-0 count.
The catcher, Evan Schindel, seems to be struggling with controlling the ball. He's dropped a few, let a few go by.
He seemed very frustrated with a lot of these pitches. As that's right into the field, lined past the first baseman. We're going to see Johnson go to third, and there's going to be a play at first, and he is out. That is mediocre base running from Baulik as he tried to play the odds at second base as he was just picked off back at first.
Rounded a little bit far, didn't get back in time, stood up, he could have slid, maybe gotten under the tag.
Not quite looking to get all the effort, but still able to a fairly successful play as he gets Johnson to third base once again, and that is now and now it is 2 outs. Runner on third, and that hits the batter.
Luke Alfonso wearing that pitch.
Yep. And with him being the pitcher, you got to hope that that doesn't affect him at all. Didn't hit anywhere except the back, but you just got to hope that he's okay and still good enough to play.
Looks like he's got a pinch runner coming in.
You better hope that that's only a runner just to keep him and tie him over.
Is that Hessler, number 4?
Number 4, that is going to be
Jacob Hessler coming in to pinch run for Luke Alfonso, the pitcher for Fossil Ridge.
Yeah. And we've got runners on the corners with 2 outs for the cleanup hitter, Johnny Reed, who's looking to avenge from his strikeout earlier on in the game.
You can see center field's a little bit offset, expecting him to pull it.
And he does. That's up. Looks to be in left field. The catch is made, and there is the 3rd out of the inning. Greeley West able to escape with minimal damage, but that's still Fossil Ridge up 2-0 off of what appears to have been several hits, a base on balls, and a hit by pitch.
Seemed like that left fielder had a really good read on that ball, got straight under it, made the play.
Even though it was just outside the infield, good communication along with good speed was able to lead to minimal amount of chaos surrounding that play.
Looks like Luke Alfonso's coming in for another inning, starting out the 4th inning here.
Which is always good because he has looked very, very solid throughout the entire game, looking to keep his hot streak going as he has not allowed a single runner in his 3 innings, allowing either 2 or 3 hits. My apologies, I've not been keeping quite as close track as I should be.
I believe it's 2 hits so far.
It is 2, yes. That makes sense. As we enter the top of the 4th with Greeley West in the heat of their 2nd order, and they're going to look to make a difference right there down the middle of the order. So they're looking to get some base runners, maybe a couple base on balls to just break this game wide open.
I think if Fossil keeps the same control and the same fielding that they have been with minimal errors, they could keep Greeley from scoring the entire game if they need.
They've looked very solid pitching, and the defense maybe needs just a little bit of work with an error on second base. But apart from that play, the defense has looked very solid in the attempts that's been given.
Yeah, like you said, with the only 1 error so far, already in the 4th inning. It's been a great game for Fossil Ridge.
Important to note that this is still Fossil's first game as they look to get accustomed to speed.
Number 5, Gio Munoz.
with Greeley West being on their second game already.
And Munoz, the pitcher, coming up to bat. Look, made a difference on the other side of the ball as he's kind of put himself in a hole down 2-0. Pitch,
Low and in the dirt, I think.
that appears to have been low with a little dirt scattering out, as that is now a 1-0 pitch. And now, here comes the pitch from Alfonso. And that is once again in the dirt. Luckily, no runner is able to advance, as that is now a 2-0 pitch for Sabercats.
We're good now. What was wrong with it?
Alfonso's looking to get a solid pitch in first strike of the at-bat in the inning.
It's gone low, and this time he goes high and inside, as that is now an early 3-0 count, which is not something you want to see as a pitcher.
Right now, I think he's thinking, I got to get the strikes in or at least put the ball in play as he throws a perfect pitch straight down the middle.
Yep, and that is good discipline by number 5, Munoz, to not swing, because at that 3-0, it was straight down the middle. Now, not going to waste this at-bat, though, as he walks on a high and inside pitch with Alfonso. Important to note that he was hit by a pitch. As he was hit by a pitch last inning, maybe it is affecting him more than we think.
It looked like it might have hit him on the shoulder, which could be affecting his arm and his arm strength.
As the early walk on 5 pitches for Munoz, as he is going to be base run for by number 11,
Bryson.
Schminke. Bryson Schminke, indeed. Good base runner so far for Schminke, and he's going to look to make a difference, maybe brought in to steal as well, keep that pitcher back in the dugout. And that is the pitch from Alfonso, low and outside. See a little bit of frustration as he throws his arm down. Just not quite able to find the strike zone at this top of this 4th inning.
Mateo Vasquez looking for a hit here.
He was able to get on base in his first attempt, and he's looking to go 2 for 2 to start this game. Now, Alfonso, the 1-0 pitch. Low and in the dirt once again. That's 2-0 counts. Not something you like to see.
It seems like this inning he's struggling to keep the ball up, but he's hitting the middle of the zone, just throwing it pretty low.
Just not able to quite find the sweet spots. Found it, placed it just about everywhere else so far. And now the pitch fouled off. Now that is a 2-1. Good pitch by Alfonso to put that in the strike zone, force the batter to make a play, and now he's back in the count, 2-1. Who would you say a 2-1 count benefits more, Jake, a batter or a pitcher?
I would say the pitcher, because in the batter's mind, any strikes are bad. If you're on 1, you're like, I have one more chance before I'm in puts a little bunt in foul territory. But you have that one strike where you're like, 2 more and I'm gone. But if there's more of a chance that I'm going to get caught swinging at one of these, that might be a ball.
Definitely less room for error as a batter, as that is now a 2-2 count off the little bunt attempt, just is unsuccessful for Vasquez. And now the 2-2. Alfonso brought it in. It's going to be fouled off right by the third baseman.
Johnny Reed there at the ball.
Good awareness by all involved. Just went foul in the dirt, and we're going to do this all over again. 2-2 count. Good sign for Alfonso after starting 2-0, as now thrown 3 straight strikes. Unfortunately, the last one happened to be fouled off, so he'll have to deal with Vasquez some more. Now the pitch. And he checked his swing, and they're not going to say he swung. That pitch was outside and in the dirt, and they're going to give Vasquez the benefit of the doubt as he now comes back for the 3-2 pitch.
I think now it's the tough situation where both the hitter and the pitcher are worried here.
Everyone's feeling the pressure. And now, man on first, 3-2 count, no outs.
What's in play?
Right on to second baseman. Only going to get a play at first, and he tags him out. Going to advance the runner to second base, but going to get that first out of the inning.
Number 15, Evan Shingle.
As a hitter, would you be happy with that at-bat, being able to advance the runner and tire out the pitcher?
With only being the first out, yes. You know, you got the pitcher tired, and you got your runner closer to getting home, scoring your first run for your team. So I would be happy with that at bat.
Well, you never like to see an out as a hitter. That's one of the prettiest outs you'll ever see. And now, brought up is going to be the Greeley West hitter.
Evan Schindel.
Evan Schindel with a man on second base, 1 out. Alfonso checks the baseman. The pitch. And that appears to be popped up to the second baseman. Oh, and he drops it. No one is able to advance, but that is going to get Schindel on base as that was dropped by
Tate
number
Johnson.
15, Tate Johnson. He's got a really good bat going so far this
Now
game, but
batting number 7, Hunter Redfern.
just a little unlucky with his individual fielding performance, as that's his second error of the game, as number 7, Hunter Redfern, will come up to bat with 2 men on, 1 out.
I believe last inning, Hunter walked.
Hunter did indeed get a walk on his last plate appearance, whether that was the second or the third inning, as he will look to once again get on base and advance that run to third. As he's going to look to bunt, but pulls it back, 1-0 count. Alfonso looking a little frustrated as he's now started to allow some more base runners and just a little less control on his ball. Now, looks like Redfern might try and go for that bunt again. 1-0 count. Nope, swing away. Right to the second baseman. Play at second. Looking for a play at first. Got it.
Double play by Tate.
Double play to get out of a pickle. Even though there were 2 base runners, that is a great play by the Fossil Ridge second baseman, Tate Johnson, who's able to make up for his previous play. That is just a classic 4-6-3 double play. You'll love to see it.
Bottom of the 4th, Fossil Ridge 2, Greeley West nothing.
No runs scored that inning by Greeley West. I think Fossil's coming up, looking to attack, get a few more runs.
Seeing a difference between Greeley West, as both teams have gotten 2 runners in scoring position, as Fossil has been able to score both of their runners, while Greeley West has left them both on second base.
Leaving batter stranded is one of the worst things you want to do in baseball. You know, you want to try to get them any way you can, whether that's getting the bunt down, like Hunter Redfern tried to do, or wearing a pitch off the back.
You've seen that Fossil's been able to take advantage of a couple errors, but Greeley West not quite able to do so as effectively, as their runners have always found a way to end up stranded. They have not brought anybody home compared to Fossil, who's had much less base runners, but still is up by 2 runs.
I think Fossil, right now, I think they could coast through, keep playing like they are, because it seems like both teams are struggling to get runners in, or even on base at that.
It seems like in a game that feels much more defensive than it is, we've gotten 2 runs by the Fossil Ridge SaberCats in 3 innings, which feels very, very generous. As despite their lack of ability to get some hits and some proper base runners, they've been able to take advantage of a couple walks, hit by pitches, and a couple fielding errors in order to advance their runners efficiently.
Leading off for the SaberCats, number 13, Kale Formonic.
And Formonic in the 5 hole will get a second shot as the first baseman looks to once again get on base, preferably with some nice contact. And the pitch, Munoz once again on the mound. Pitch brought in. Ooh, that is way inside. Looked like it almost hit the batter there. Very close.
Very close indeed.
Munoz has already hit a batter and has already pitched around a batter, so you got to feel a little unsafe stepping into that box. Across from him, as that is belted. It's going into the outfield.
It's
it looks
going
like
deep
it's going
out.
and
That's fair.
It's going to hit fair.
Looks like that might be a triple for Formonic.
Only going to
He
get
stops his second.
only going to get a double as it pops out deep in the outfield as the right fielder is able to get to it quickly.
That would have been a 1 or 2 hop to the fence if the right fielder hadn't intercepted the ball.
That's a great, great early leadoff double for Manic. And now, Jack Monsell, once again, is going to get a great chance to make a big play here and bring in a runner.
He might be looking to get Kale home or make up for last at bat where he lined out to the left fielder.
Yep. Jack Monsell currently sitting on 0 for 1 for the day and 0 for 1 for the season, in prime position with 0 outs and a runner in scoring position. The 0-0 count. Munoz checks the runner, and he's
Munoz back picks, throws it into the outfield. Formonic's going for 3.
And he's going to get there effectively as Munoz with just a terrible pitch as it went completely over his shortstop's head and to the left as Formonic is able to get to third with no outs. Still 0-0 count. That's an even better position for Moncel, as now instead of a runner on second, you've got a runner on third. No excuses for why you can't get this runner in eventually. Now the first pitch, pitching over him, ball one.
Looks like another inside pitch. That's both batters this inning would have been hit by the pitch if they didn't duck out of the way.
That has now been 4 batters who have at least been pitched in the area of a hit by pitch if they didn't move. And that is, once again, paint that outside corner. A little bit of a generous call from the umpire, but not too much to complain about, as it may have just grazed the outside corner.
A 1-1 count, still looking good for both the pitcher and Moncel.
Especially with a runner on third with 0 outs, as that's going to be belted. It's looking to be a sac fly, as the first baseman is going to make a play on it, as
Formonic stays at third.
They're not going to wave the runner home. Probably a smart call, as that ball just went outside the infield.
Jacob Crosby.
And now Crosby, who got a single earlier but was picked off, is looking to bring the runner home, as Fossil is looking to get their first 2-hit inning, as they have only gotten, they've already gotten a 2-hit inning, but they've only gotten 3 hits so far this game, as they are looking to increase the load, as that is low, strike one.
Crosby swinging in the dirt on that pitch.
Looks like all these runners are doing anything they can to get that guy home from third. There would be nothing worse than with 0 outs and a man on third to never bring him home. That's just an egregious example of bad batting. But a little bit of a good play there. 1-1 count.
Far outside pitch on that one. Only 1 out so far.
Now Crosby, once again, it's noticeable for crowding that plate a lot. Not giving Munoz a big strike zone to work with, as he finds it low and inside. Ball 2.
Right at the ankles on that one.
That's the danger when you're staying right at the edge of the batter's box. While that pitch was not too far inside, it was made a lot closer to Crosby than it ever needed to be. Now, the 2-1 count, 1 out, runner on third. In the dirt once again.
Another low pitch.
Another low pitch, 3-1 count, 1 out. This is a perfect position to be in as a batter.
I think right now Crosby's looking for the walk.
Looking to just take advantage. If he's getting a good pitch, he might take a swing, but just looking to get on base here. And he swings it foul. Now that is a full count, as he's not quite able to put that one in play.
Now he's put himself in this stressful position where he's not trying to strike out, but with Munoz, the pitches have been kind of wild, so you never know.
If it's in the strike zone, he's at least looking to put the ball in play, or not here looking to strike out or at all. But he's going to take the walk, because that pitch was far outside.
The Sabercats, number 9, Rylan Hickson.
And now we got runners on the corners, first and third. Hickson comes up for his second at-bat of the game with 1 out, runners on the corner. Prime position to score a run here.
Ryland's 0 for 1 today with a ground out to second base. Looking for a hit. Go 1 for 2 today at very least.
Gotten some good contact early, just looking to expand on it by getting it either into the outfield or onto the ground effectively. Now, Munoz in a pickle. The first pitch, swung on, brought in to deep right field. Play is going to be made, but the runner's coming home.
Formonic tags.
And it is going to be a successful tag, as that is going to be 3-0.
Jackson Brownhill.
All right, and so with the runner being effectively brought in, it is now 3-0 Fossil Ridge. That's a good, solid play by Hickson to just be able to get that ball deep into right field to bring the runner in. Now Brownhill, pickoff attempt with Crosby, as he's looking to not get picked off for the second time in a row. And Brownhill with the 0-0 count, looking for his first pitch with his second at bat. Nope. Looking for the pickoff again. Crosby's getting a little too close to the sun once again, as he was picked off earlier and is looking to avoid getting picked off again.
Brownhill's looking for a hit now. 2 outs, runner on first. Maybe try to advance him, get him in at the very least.
Looking to find a gap and go 2 maybe here. And that ball in the dirt, but corralled properly by the catcher, Evan Schindel. That is a 1-0 count, Fossil Ridge. So we got 2 outs, runner on first, 1-0 count. Fossil Ridge in the lead, 3-0. 3-0.
Another pickoff attempt.
They're looking to see if Crosby is caught napping, but he's been very, very effective so far. And so we've currently gotten 3 pickoff attempts compared to 1 pitch in this at-bat. Now, Munoz, the actual pitch, is going to go.
Early steal with the bad throw from the catcher. See, it looks like number 2, Mateo Vasquez, lost control of the ball, throwing it into the outfield with his glove.
Yep. You can see the catcher, Schindel, very frustrated with himself, as now it is a 1-1 count, runner in scoring position, making it much more manageable for Brownhill to be able to bring this runner in. Now, the 1-1 pitch, got him swinging, strike 2.
In a 1-2 count with 2 outs, you never really get more nervous. So
Brownhill's in a little bit of a hole with a runner in scoring position. He's got the pressure to bring him in. Now, pitch inside 2-2, relieves a little bit of that pressure. And now Munoz, who has pitched very solid, has dipped off a little bit in these last couple innings as the run has ballooned from 1-0 in the first 2, these last 2 to 3-0 with a runner in scoring position and a full count.
full count with 2 strikes, that ball looks like most people would have swung at it. Crosby leaves it out there, though, instead of chasing.
Good play by Brownhill to just let that ball go into the dirt.
Brownhill, my bad, sorry.
Yes. All good as Crosby on site. And that is going to be just at the knees, it looks like, for strike 3, end of the inning. 3-0 Fossil Ridge. And so,
At the end of the 4th inning is Fossil Ridge 3, Greeley West nothing.
as we switch to the top of the 5th, we've got a quick schedule update for the Fossil Ridge Sabercats. As they have just started the 16-game season. A real quick run-through. They've started this season at home against Greeley West. Back-to-back road games against Erie and Columbine. And then a home game against Loveland. Anton, stay away. And an away game at Mountain Range. And then a home from against Rocky Mountain, and then a pair of road games against Fairview and Boulder. If you would go over the second half of the schedule, Jake.
And then they also have an at-home game against Legacy, on the road game against Monarch. They're home again at Pooter, and then back on the road at Broomfield. They have 3 home games in a row against Fort Collins, Horizon, and Castleview, and then their final game is on the road at Pooter.
There's a couple very crucial games there between that 3-game spread at home and then the 2 games against Pooter, the crosstown rivals. So, what are you really looking for out of this Fossil Ridge season?
Looking to make it through, stay at positive win-loss ratio.
Not really looking to go undefeated here, especially in the. It's hard to go undefeated in a 16-game season, as it's only been done in the NFL, which has a 16-game season twice, and especially when baseball is a lot less predictable sport with so many moving parts. So it's hard to go 16-0, just like it's hard to win 100 games. So Fossil Ridge will look to have a net positive record. You'd feel like any record at 10-6 or above is a very successful season for the Sabercats.
Yes, very.
Leading off top of the 5th inning for the Spartans, number 6, Dimitri Jaramillo.
Now Dimitri Jaramillo out of the outfield will come up to bat here as Alfonso will continue to pitch in the top of the 5th, not wavering at all with 0 runs allowed. The pitch, he's looking for a bunt. It's going to be fouled off to the right base side.
Seems like a lot of bunts for Greeley West have been going up in the air. They haven't been really good at keeping them down on the ground.
Haven't gotten a single bunt in play, but I believe I've seen at least 5 or so bunt attempts that have either been pulled back or fouled off. So still looking for that first successful squeeze right in there.
Why is it sideways?
Now we've got the 0-1 count. Alfonso, pitch. And that is right back to the pitcher. Should be a fairly easy play, and it is. The runner's not quite able to beat it. And that is now 1 out, Fossil Ridge.
Jammed himself on that inside pitch right there. Hit it straight down at the ground right to Alfonso, making the easy play at first.
And now, seeing his third at-bat of the game, Edgar Urquidy is going to be in a little bit of a different situation because despite having 0 runs and it only being the top of the 5th, somehow Edgar is getting his third bat already as Alfonso with the opening pitch.
Fouls it off.
So Jake, why do you think that the Greeley West has been so ineffective they've gotten a lot of base runners, but they haven't been able to bring them in? Why do you think that is?
It's like what's happening right now. It seems like they're late to most of the pitches, just fouling off, getting themselves in those awful counts, and then giving Fossil pretty much free strikeouts.
And so Greeley West looking to get a base runner here as that is fouled off once again. 1-2 count as so far the lead-up hitter Edgar has not quite been able to get enough of these balls to put him in play as 1-2 count. Fonzo in a good spot. The windup, the pitch. That's going to be high, 2-2 count.
Maybe try to get him chasing on that one. Leave it up or out.
Try
Most
to,
of the time you can trick the batter into swinging.
especially when you get right around that shoulder area. It kind of all blends together between the shoulder and the neck area. But good discipline there by Edgar Urquidy, and that is now a 2-2 count. Now, the pitch is going to be belted foul once again down the right base side, as that is the third foul ball of the at-bats, as Greeley West is more notable for their fouls, as Fossil Ridge, as opposed to fouling the ball, tends to take more balls than them.
That hit a good contact, good exit.
Velocity.
Ooh.
Not able to make contact there, though, as that is another strikeout for Alfonso. I want to say that
Number
is 6.
Evan Lira.
And now Lira, once again, looking to get on base with 2 outs in this 5th inning. Alfonso's been able to get a stranglehold on this lineup for the most part, as Lira belts that one, though. That is going deep center field as it's going to hit the ground. Lira's got 2, and it looks like he's going to stretch it for 3. Play, and he is safe at 3. Fairly easy triple, as the center fielder, Jacob Crosby, wasn't able to read that one quickly.
Yeah, I was going to say, it looks like he lost it for a second. He was standing there clueless. And then he saw it. If he would have gotten the jump on it a little bit earlier, that might have been a line out.
Right now, we've got a fairly hot and boisterous sun right now, which could be getting in the eyes of the players. While it is more towards the right field line, it still is playing a bit of a factor, as we saw with that triple. Now, a very interesting situation with 2 outs and a runner on third. The pitch inside on number 12, Ruben Arahu, as he is going to look with his third at-bat to bring in the first runner of the game for Greeley West. The 1-0 pitch. Belted to the third baseman, Johnny
Reed.
Going to need to make a play, and he does, right to the first baseman as they get out of the jam, and they maintain that 3-0 lead. Again, another runner in scoring position for Fossil Ridge, or not Fossil Ridge, excuse me, the Greeley West Spartans. Not able to bring him home, though.
You know, they got that runner on third pretty easily. But they had 2 outs. They stretched it. And like I said, they can't get him in because they had that strikeout and then I believe a ground out maybe.
Yes, that is correct.
And so they got the 2 outs, and then it was pretty much over.
A mix of good fielding, bad batting, and also a little bit of bad luck has not allowed Greeley West to finish off any of their good runners and good field positions. So they're going to look to come into this bottom of the 5th inning. Gio Munoz going to be back on the mound, as neither team has made many substitutions, especially at the pitching position, where we've seen both starters so far go at least 4 innings. Munoz is going to look to complete his 5th, as well as Alfonso, who's completed a full 5 runless innings.
Alfonso seems to be doing pretty good, like you just said, letting up 0 runs. Munoz keeping it minimal, only 3 runs so far, but that still gives Fossil a 3-run lead.
Yeah, 3 runs within 4 innings. Forgive me as I am going to try to do math on the fly. That is going to put his ERA at a current total of, drumroll, 6.75, which is not a good start for his first outing as a pitcher in this season.
Hopefully he can He can fix what he's doing wrong this inning.
He's hopefully going to want to go maybe 1, 2 more scoreless innings to keep the damage to him and his team a minimum. But if you're Greeley West or Fossil Ridge, when do you think you want to start going to the bullpen with how well this game's been pitched?
I think Alfonso has a good amount longer. But now we're back to the top of the lineup with Tate coming up again after a good quality base hit last inning.
Yep. Tate's going to get his third at-bat after a base on balls and a hit and a run. He has had a very successful hitting day. A little bit different on the field, but looking to get on base for the third time today. Ball 1.
A little bit outside there. Munoz keeping the same tendency, throwing outside pitches.
And now, the 1-0 count for Fossil Ridge. And he's going to paint that outside corner once again. He loves it.
That was a good pitch right off the edge of the plate. Tate watching that one go by with the 1-1 count.
Yep, good discipline, though, by Fossil Ridge. Even though those pitches have been close, you've seen good discipline, and that have allowed them to take several walks opposed to that play. With that ball break down just almost into the dirt, as that is a 1-2 count for Fossil Ridge.
Now he's down in the count here, maybe a little bit nervous, but
Gonna have to make do with this 1-2 count, no outs. Ooh, swings. That ball looked mighty inside, but he decided to swing anyways. A little bit of a questionable decision, especially on a 1-2 count, but I guess you gotta expand the strike zone somehow.
yes, you do.
Did his best to avoid a strikeout. He's gonna get another shot. What are we thinking here for a pitch? Are we thinking fastball, slider, curve?
It's got to be an off speed, which
And
it
it-
was.
And it is. Great call, Jake, as that is now a 2-2 count. Looking to get Tate to swing outside, but just didn't fool him enough as that play started a little too far outside to begin with.
Trying to get him chasing while he's got an extra pitch to just mess around, do whatever he wants.
And that's 2-2. Tried to go to that fastball in the outside corner, but just missed it. Full count.
Full count here. Tate's caught back up in the count. Maybe feeling a little bit better here.
Taking 2 straight balls outside, looking to get either a walk or a hit here. And he's going to walk. That is 3 balls in a row for the SaberCat.
Ridge,
And that is going to be his second walk on the day, as Ridge Bolick is going to look to advance either himself or the other runner and continue to stretch this Fossil base running past its limits.
Ridge here looking to advance Tate with a pass ball, anything.
You can see a bunt here. And we see him offer up the bunt, but pulls it back in time. Ball 1. Now we're seeing Fossil start to go to more of those bunts with that leadoff single. Put themselves in a very nice position. Now, Munoz looking for the pickoff. Not going to get it. Good, clean dive back by Tate, as he just isn't going to give him the chance. And now, Munoz with the 1-0 pitch, going to focus his attention back on the batter. And he's going to get the bunt down. He's going to get him right at first. Pretty easy. Oh, no, he drops it. And that is going to be safe at first. And that is going to be Tate Johnson going to third base. Now you got runners on the corners on the simple error. I can't tell if that was the fault of the pitcher or the first baseman.
I think that was on the fault of the pitcher. It seems like he flipped it and hit Ridge in the back, causing Ridge to be safe at first and Tate advancing to third.
Do you think flipping it was the right decision there, or do you think you want to just overhand throw that one?
It would probably be flipping, but he took a bad angle and just threw it right at Ridge's back.
Either that was too much confidence or a lack of confidence. A bad play by Munoz leads to runners on the corners with no outs, as Luke Alfonso, the pitcher, looking to do some damage on the base paths, as he's been doing damage on the mound all day.
Looks like the catcher's giving out sides for bunt defense.
You could easily see a bunt here, trying to get that deep into the infield, trying to bring home the runner. Now, ooh, big swing, but we're going to see an advancement from number 12, Ridge Bolick, and now we've got 2 runners in scoring position, no outs, 1 strike.
2 runners in scoring position with 0 outs. Good position to be in for Fossil.
Just as Fossil had the leadoff man on third to start the last inning off the double, they've now got runners on third and second, who pitch high but kept in by the catcher. 1-1 count.
Straight at Alfonso's head right there.
Yep, I do not think that Munoz is doing this intentionally, just having a little bit of bad luck with his pitches, throwing a lot of these inside. Now Munoz looks to calm himself. The pitch, 1-1, and that is outside, but a great diving play by the catcher, number 15, Evan Schindel, to get there in time, 2-1 count. Looking to avoid another error on the side of the catcher in a wild pitch, which would definitely bring in a run and advance Bolick to third base.
2-1 count here for Alfonso.
Going to make a play, and it's in the dirt, 2-2 count. Giving himself a little bit of wiggle room, did Munoz.
Can you swing that card into the handicapped area so that there's not that lady's card in our park right in the
And so we've got Alfonso with the 2-2 count, no outs, 2 runners in scoring position. And he swings, but
Another ball in the dirt.
and
Catcher's confused, and Alfonso gets through.
and he's safe once again. The catcher was going to try to make a play at home, but there was no play to be made. And so even though with the strikeout
SaberCats number 20, Johnny Reed.
that is going to be a run and men on first and third for the SaberCats, up 4-0.
Johnny Reed, a big power hitter coming up here, might clear the bases with
Look-
a solid hit.
Looking to break this game wide open and bring out Munoz once and for all, because while he's had a difficult pitching day, it has not been an absolutely awful day for him. He's had a couple bright spots here and there, including at least 4 or 5 strikeouts. And now Munoz, first pitch in the dirt, ball 1. And it looks like we're going to have Luke Alfonso not bring in a pitch runner for him, as he's just going to run the base paths by himself. Do you like the idea of having the pitcher run the base paths, or would you rather see a pitch runner here?
I would rather a pinch runner because, you don't want your pitcher getting hurt by an awfully thrown ball or anything like that.
Especially early in the season with Alfonso playing as good as he is. Now, Munoz, 1-0 pitch, swings
Pick
it back to Alfonso, who makes a diving play to get back. So, looking to test out Alfonso's base running ability here. And now, Johnny Reed in the batter box. Munoz, the 1-0 count, no outs, runners on the corners. And Alfonso goes, and it is safe at third base. The runner advances to second and try to catch that appears to be Bolick on third napping, but able to get back in time. 2-0 count. Once again, runners in scoring position. No outs. 4-0 Fossil.
We made a mistake. That's Jacob Hessler pinch running for Luke Alfonso on second base.
Yes, they did decide to bring in a pitch runner. And that is Reed. Lines it foul. Got
Into
it.
the bullpen.
Got a lot of it. Would have been a nice double on the right side. Just not quite able to keep that ball in play. All right. And now, Johnny Reed, the 2-1 pitch. That's going to be up and chases the runner back to third, Bolick. But now we've got a 3-1 pitch. If you're Reed here, are you looking for a... And now. So, Reed, and that is low. Gonna try and get the batter, and they're not gonna get him. Base is loaded, no outs. As
Now batting number 13, Kale Formanek.
brought that other pitcher. And it
Yeah,
wasn't
it's courtesy.
and so, real quick adjustment from our previous statement. It is not a pitch runner; it is indeed a courtesy, which they brought in for the pitcher Luke Alfonso. And so, what that's gonna do simply is just keep Luke Alfonso fresh, but allow him to stay in the game.
Looks like they're having a meeting at the mound.
It would not surprise me if we see Alfonso leave the game early, as we see a couple pitchers warming up over on the far side of the field. We do not have their numbers yet, though. And so, it feels like this... Would you take out Munoz here with the bases loaded, down by 4 runs?
Down by 4 runs, 0 outs, bases loaded. Seeing his quality of pitching so far this inning, I would take him out.
He played a very solid first 3 or so innings, but these 4th and 5th have been a little tougher on him, and so it looks like they might just keep him in the game, so he's going to have to look to settle down, at least hopefully get out of the inning, and just play in as long as he can, play well enough as long as his arm will allow him. Now, the pitch, Caleb Formative, catch the outside corner, signature pitch, 0-1.
Seems like after that talk, he might have fixed something mentally. Seems to be throwing, even though it's just been one pitch, more accurate.
A little bit of a calmer there, just got him out of the moment and allowed him to calm down. But, you got the second baseman pitching in as it goes right past him. We're going to get 1 run scored, waving in a second run. Runner's going to third base, and he's going to get there. Oh, we're going to run
Caleb Formatic going to second, no one's there.
Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication by the Greeley West fielders, and that is now...
Number 14, Jack Monsell.
That is a 2-run. I believe that will still be considered a single for Caleb Formanev as he finds himself on second base with no outs.
Jack Monsell coming up to the plate. He's had 0 for 2 today.
But he's had some very good contact swings, looking for another good one here as this inning has... And now, the pitch inside, ball 1.
Seems like Fossil's starting to jump on Munoz getting down.
Munoz is looking to cheat a little bit, trying to catch the edge of the strike zone, but has gotten a little closer to the middle, and Fossil's been able to take advantage. And there's that outside pitch, 1-1 count.
The umpire seems to be calling these outside pitches a lot more now.
Yep. There's definitely, especially Munoz being able to take advantage of those outside pitches. And now, the 1-1 count, that's going to be inside once again, 2-1.
High and inside curveball. 2-1 count, 0 outs still.
Looks like Munoz is going to love to use the outside corner to do his advantage as they set up for the 2-1 pitch. Oh, and that's cracked by Monsell. It's going to go back. It's going to drop.
Over the left fielder's head.
Left center field. Going to bring the... Nope, they're going to wave the runner back, and he is safe. That is going to be a 1-run double for Jack Monsell.
Jacob Crosby.
Good little RBI there.
Yep.
Solid hit ball. That left fielder seems to be not getting a really good read on the ball, which might be because of the sun right overhead.
Looks like, yes, indeed. The sun played a big factor as it is now 7-0 Fossil Ridge. Going to have a meeting, and it looks like that is going to be the end for Gio Munoz.
He pitched good while he's in, but
Played a very solid first 3 innings and just couldn't quite have the arm to just keep going for this last couple innings. As Fossil's really been able to get those bats going and running.
yeah, after a flat, slow game this inning, Fossil really jumped.
Does anyone have some extra water or could fill this up? If you could just at least look for it, please.
Yeah, but where is the water fountain? Inside.
Maybe ask Curly G.
That's here.
As we are going to come back from this pitchers meeting, and it looks like we have got our new pitcher.
Number 4, Elijah Torres.
Number 4, Elijah Torres, who is a right-handed pitcher, a junior, 6'3", 170 pounds, who, in correction to my earlier statement, is now the tallest pitcher and tied on the team with Nolan Hydock, and his 6'3" frame is going to be used to his advantage
Now
to get
pitching
in
for the
these pitches.
Spartans, Number 4, Elijah
He has
Torres.
kind of a sidearm arm slot.
Yep. And so his pitching mechanics look very solid as he's looking to get his team out of a jam with runners on second and third, no outs, bottom of the 5th. As we're going to have number 7, Jason Crosby, up to bat with no outs. If you're Fossil Ridge, you're looking to keep this run going. Do you think that the 10 runs would be very achievable at this point?
At this point, very. I might see a mercy rule coming in the next inning or 2.
A mercy rule will be very helpful for Fossil because early in the season it gives them a really good momentum boost and it just keeps them fresh and alive for these next couple of games.
Are there mercy rules in this league?
10 after 5, or 15 after 3, no, 10 after 5, 15 after 4, 20 after 3.
All right.
And so with a 10-run mercy rule after 5, I believe that if Fossil does get up to 10 runs, depending on whether or not they will give Greeley West one more chance, this might be the end of the game very quickly.
This will be a very short game out here today.
That would be a huge momentum boost for the entire Fossil team, especially with the way they've been able to get these bats going. It looked like these first couple innings they just weren't able to solve the pitcher Munoz, but were finally able to get it going, and they got it going in a big way.
Now it's time to see how they do against Elijah Torres.
New pitcher who's fresh, might be a little bit of a different look. And the sidearm thrown outside on high, ball one.
I think it was arm slot and where he is on the mound. Most of these pitches are going to be further outside for lefties and inside for righties.
A very difficult first batter in Crosby, who loves to crowd the plate, not really giving him any room for air, as that is fouled off 1-1. And now, as we are in the heart of the bottom of the third, roundabout batting for Fossil Ridge, it looks like Crosby is looking to finally get that big hit. He's got a single here early in the game, but he's looking to really break this game open. As he does, belts it into right field. It's going to get down. That's going to be a single. Waving run hunter, waving in another. The play is going to be made, but not.
2-run score.
2 runs scored, and that is now
The SaberCats number 9, Rylan Hickson.
9-0.
9-0. A 2-run RBI single for Jack Crosby as he just belted that one into right field as it dropped right below the right fielder's feet.
Looks like Ryland Hickson. Yes, Ryland Hickson, the catcher for Fossil Ridge, steps up to the plate.
And now, looking for a pickoff, not going to get it. Crosby, who has been already caught once earlier in the game and who was very, very adamant of trying not to get caught in the second at bat, has been very, very close to being picked off multiple times as it gets to the backstop, and he's going to go to second base, going to try for 3, and he does. They're going to be a close play at 3, and he is out.
Oh.
Tried to stretch it. It was worth a good try, but that was a good play by the catcher, number 15, Evan Schindel, with the right on target throw.
Really close play there at third.
And now we finally get the first out of the inning, as we have already seen at least 5 or 6 runs come through before we finally see that first out. 1-0 pitch. And that is a little
Ball
bit
that
choked
might
up,
get down in right field.
and it will. He's going 2. He's going to fully commit. The ball is going to be brought in, and he's safe, just barely able to get in there. Great play by number 9, Rylan Nixon, giving it all out there.
Now batting for the SaberCats,
Rylan
number 6,
Hickson with a
Jackson
beautiful slide there at
Brownhill.
second, getting right around the tag. Jackson Brownhill could bring home the win right now.
And that is going to be number 22. Peace. I need Peace's first name.
Who? Sam Pease.
And we've got Sam Peace coming in as a courtesy runner once again. And so he will look to be that 10th run, hopefully that mercy run for Fossil Ridge. They look to wrap up this game before it even gets going. That's low, ball 1. And that is Brownhill once again, the left fielder, coming up as the 9-hole hitter, looking to end the game fairly quickly. And so he will take the 1-0 pitch, 1 out. Low gets away from the catcher. Gonna go 3. Brownhill's gonna stop there. Good advice by the third baseman coach, base running coach, to not let him go home, as we've already seen Crosby, who tried to stretch the double base off the bad pitch. Didn't work out well for him.
Right now, if Brownhill could just get a walk or any way to get on base and get the top of the lineup back up.
Right now, Fossil will do anything to keep this rally going. 2-0 pitch, and that is just spiked right up the middle. Not going to get the play at home, but going to get the play at first. Now that is the second out of the inning, as just not able to get as much
Now
contact
batting
as he
number
wanted to on
15,
that one.
Tate Johnson.
Tate Johnson looking to bring in Sam on this play right here.
Tate Johnson with his fourth at bat, has gotten on base on these previous 3 attempts with 2 base on balls and with 1 single. And that ball is inside, 1-0. And now, as we get to it looks like they're going to deem that it hit him, so that is another
Now
on
hitting for
base,
the
keeping
SaberCats, number 12, Ridge.
keeping
Bolick.
keeping Tate's perfect on-base percentage at 100% with his 4th at-bat and his 4th trip to first base. And now, Bolick will come back as we get a quick catcher meeting by number 15, Evan Schindel, looking to calm down his pitcher, Torres. So just looking to calm the nerves. A little bit of a bad position that he's been put in, but he's been doing pretty well apart from a couple wild pitches.
Right now, it's very stressful because winning runs on third, 2 outs. Stressful for both teams. You know, you got the inning on the line. I guess you got the game on the line for both teams, you know.
Yes.
If you don't get Salmon right now for Fossil, they don't win it this inning. They have to go play another, make sure they don't score.
And there's ball. Gonna go 2. And that is now a 2-0 count with runners on second and third. Good base running there by Tate Johnson to just steal second, just take quick advantage. And that is another high pitch, 3-0 count.
3-0 count right now. Looking good for Ridge.
And now Bolick's looking to load the bases here, hopefully with a walk. And now the ball, nope, that's going to be a strike. Looked a little inside, but I guess on a 3-0 count, you give him the benefit of the doubt. Do you think that umpires tend to expand their strike zone on a 3-0 count?
Yes, I do. I think they expand it and wait.
Quick play over at first base, and that is out.
Ridge grounding out to the second baseman.
And that is going to be the out and the end of the inning, as it is
Again,
now.
5 innings. Fossil Ridge 9, Greeley West nothing.
As it is now 9-0 Fossil Ridge High School.
I know, going into the 6th inning, looking really good for Fossil right now.
One thing about baseball is that there is no time limit, so I guess anything could technically happen. Greeley West is one good rally away from being back in this game.
Yes, they are. But right now, as it's been playing out, it looks very unrealistic for the time being.
It feels that almost all hope is lost. Do you feel that unless they can scrape together at least 3 runs here, Greeley West might be dead in the water?
Looks like Alfonso might be going back out to the mound. Not 100% sure, though.
We'll need to see if they... I haven't seen a lot of movement in the bullpen previously, and so it looks like, yep, they're going to get Alfonso once again going back out looking for to complete his 6th inning, where he's only allowed a couple hits so far and no runs in his first start of the year.
I mean, if you can get no runs scored on you, throwing an entire game, your first game of the year, that's incredible.
Whether or not this game goes 6 innings or more, depending on how Fossil's bats do, it would be a great boost to this Fossil team to shut out the Spartans, especially because that puts a lot of confidence in their pitching, and you've also seen a lot of confidence in their bats as they've already put up 9 runs.
Yeah, it seems like last inning the runs just kind of spiked. They seem to be flat landing at 4 and then went up by 5 in one inning.
They've been playing fairly steady with about 1 run per inning, maybe just hoping to get a run here or there off a wild pitch, but then they finally got the bats going with some extra base hits and some good actual steals instead of wild pitches.
Good throwdown from Ryland right there.
We're seeing a lot of good practice.
Number
These,
21, Dolan, the high dock.
even though they're up by a lot, they're still treating this as though it's a tied game.
Number 21, Nolan Hydock coming up to lead off for Greeley West this inning.
More of a power hitter looking for a deep ball to either center or left field, hopefully even right field, like anywhere, just looking for an extra base hit or maybe even a home run, looking to spike the team in some way. First pitch. It's going to be high, ball 1.
Leaves that ball up.
And Alfonso looking to regain his cool. 1-0. That's going to be belted right up. Looks like it's going to be right to the shortstop. And he makes a play. 1 out.
Good play by Ridge, reading that ball very well, getting under it, making sure he's centered.
Ridge Bolick with
Now batting for the Spartans, number 5, Gio Munoz.
one of the best plays so far. And number 5, Gio Munoz, is going to stay in the lineup as a bat. And so he is going to come in and bat for his team out of, I believe, either the 3 or the 4 hole. So now Greeley West looking to get a man on base. belts that one foul, a 1 count.
Getting down in the count early here.
Alfonso in his 6th inning still looks as calm and as ready as ever. Doesn't look tired or fatigued whatsoever. The pitch. Belted. It's going to be a third baseman. Johnny's going to have to make a big play here. Oh, just not able to do it as it skips past the first baseman, but just a good backup play by the right fielder and the catcher, so it's only limited to 1.
Now batting number 2, Mateo Vasquez.
A little bit of a...
He
Go ahead.
stopped the double. That could have been a double if you let it get past him, having to turn around and go get it. Kept the runner back.
A tough play there by Fossil Rage as they just kind of found the sweet spot right in between the catcher, the pitcher, the third baseman, and the shortstop, and just kind of settled there. As Johnny Reed was forced to make a hard throw to first base and just not able to make it. Man on first, 1 out. As time is called for number 2, Mateo Vasquez. Mateo readies himself in the box. And now the pitch from Alfonso. That's in the
Down
dirt.
in the dirt.
Oh, and he's going. And there's going to be a play at second, but he's just barely safe. The shortstop just got off the bag, and that didn't give him enough reach to get him in time. And that now puts whether I can't see if there is a courtesy on second base. So that is the and so whether or not that was a courtesy, I'm going to call it as Vasquez is now. Excuse me, not Vasquez. Montrez is on second base, not Montrez. Munoz is on second base. There we go. And now, Vasquez with a early 2-0 count with 1 out, looking to bring in the first run of the inning.
Mateo looking for a hit here. Maybe. Oh, fouls that one off right back.
Seen a lot less foul balls from the Greeley West team, but a return to form there as they are not quite able to put these balls in play. 2-1 count. Now, Alfonso with 2-1 pitch. Strike number 2. You can see that Vasquez is a little frustrated. He's getting close to some of these pitches, but just not quite able to pull the trigger and launch one into the outfield. So, a little bit of frustration setting in for the entirety of Greeley West, if we're being honest. 2-2 count, 1 out.
Alfonso catching up in the count with another foul ball hit.
And he went straight from a 2-0 count with 3 straight foul balls, or excuse me, 2 foul balls and a strike, and now it is a 2-2 count, 1 out, top of the 6th. Man on second, 9-0, Fossil Ridge. Now Alfonso might be looking for the pickoff, going to step off the mound, give everybody a second to catch their breath.
Alfonso looking to end the inning early.
Looking for a big out here, either at second or just looking to take advantage of the bat, and that is a ball, full count. And a little bit of pressure to both teams. And now the 3-2 pitch. This is going to be a huge payoff. This may determine whether or not that Greeley West might decide to pack their bags and get on the bus. And it is lined, going to
Play by Ridge.
first base, and they got the play. The runner advances to third, but a solid play by Ridge Bolick at shortstop.
Number 15, Evan Shingle.
And now catcher Evan Shingle brought up with 2 outs and a man on third. This is their 4th or 5th runner in scoring position for Greeley West, and they have been able to bring none of them home, looking to change that here. Evan Shingles had a little bit of trouble behind the plate as the catcher controlling everything, but looking to control his hitting game a little bit better, as that is a 1-0 count.
2 outs with the runner in scoring position. I feel like,
Play the third. Johnny Reed is going to make the out. And that is going to be 9-0 Fossil Ridge going to the bottom of the 6th. And so, as we look ahead to this next season, we're going to take a look back to 2 seasons ago.
6, Fossil Ridge 9, Greeley West.
Fossil Ridge's record in 2019 was 13-11. They were ranked 10th in the league with a home record of 3-6. The runs for
Yeah, the runs for were, despite having a winning record, their runs for was only 5.79 compared to their run against of 6.29. They had an okay season going just above 500 while struggling in league play, so they're looking to change their fortunes around, given that there was no 2020 full season, and given that now we've got a somewhat shortened 2021 season. How do you think that, Jake, how do you think comparing 24 games to 16 games really fares for this team?
you have less room to get statistics from, so it's not as detailed as what 24 games would be.
And it's also interesting to note that despite the lowered level of games, they are still going to play instead 13 games compared to only 12 in league compared to 2019. And so they're going to need those league games, which they were not able to get in 2019, coming in 10th in the 5A Front Range League. Looking to really improve those rankings to make it to either regionals or state this year.
Looks like number 4 Elijah Torres is coming in to pitch another inning.
They're going to hope to ride him, and I believe... Hey, Carlucci? Yeah. If they score a run here, would the mercy rule still apply? Yep. And so any run here from Fossil Ridge would end the game due to the mercy rule that any time after 5 innings, if a team is up by 10, the game must end.
Leading off with the SaberCats, number 16, Luke Alfonso.
And we've got the 3-hitter, number 16, Luke Alfonso, who has pitched a full 6 innings and is now up for his 4th at-bat. He's really putting in the work today.
Trying to get a good base hit here. Get that final run in. End the game early.
Looking to just end this game with a bang, make it close, make it sweet. Pitch. That's going to be ball 1. Looked like a good pitch, just appeared to be a little high, maybe a little low. Now, Alfonso. The 1-0 pitch. Once again, high. Torres looking to go a little high with a couple of these pitches. Just needs to settle down and find the strike zone.
2-0 early in the count.
Torres,
that's lined.
He belts that. It's going to get behind the center fielder.
Right in the right center gap. Looks like it's going to hit the fence.
Alfonso's going to go 2. He's going 3. Second baseman is going to cut him off, but no. Slides safely in the 3rd place with a fair bit of wiggle room. And that puts the game-winning run at 3rd.
3rd pitch of the inning puts the runner in scoring position for the win.
Looking to end this early, especially with Johnny Reed, who will be looking to once again swing for power. If he's not looking for a home run or a double, he's at least looking for that sac fly. So, with no outs, you got a good feeling about getting this run in.
I think Fossil is just looking for the win right now. Johnny might not be looking for a home run, maybe, like you said, going for the sac fly.
Ooh, and he hits him too. Looks like that was not intentional, as Torres looked very, very frustrated with himself.
He threw the bat so violently.
And so, a little bit of frustration from Johnny as he was looking to get maybe that game-winning sac fly or that game-winning single, as he's now got runners on the corners. And we're going to see Cale Formanek up to bat once again for his 4th at-bat, as everyone's looking to settle down. And if you got a feeling that just about... Oh, and it looks like they're going to intentionally walk Formanek. He's had a very good game.
Number 14, Jack Monsell.
I don't know why they would do that, honestly, but
I think maybe just for a little bit of a spark, as Formanek has had a very solid batting game compared to Jack Monsell, excuse me. But Jack Monsell has still looked good in his 3 batting attempts, so now finally looking to end the game. 1-0 count. Bases loaded just like that. It's very rare they see a leadoff triple, a hit by pitch, and then an intentional walk. That's a very interesting stat line. Now, the 1-0 pitch. That's foul tipped, and that is going to be a 1-1 count for Jack Monsell. Torres had a lot of struggle this inning. First with the early leadoff triple, and then the hit by pitch, and decided not to try to pitch to Formanek as he just intentionally walks him. Now, the 1-1 pitch. It's going to be fouled up right into the infield. That's going to be 1 out.
first out of the inning with the bases loaded. We got Xander Reese coming up to the plate.
Nine for the SaberCats.
Number 8.
Xander Reese.
I have not seen any of him so far. It looks like they have brought him in for number 7, Jack Crosby. And so it looks like they're going to have him hit this time instead. And it's in his first appearance, looking to kind of end this game quicker than it needs to be.
Xander is a D1 baseball commit going to Oklahoma.
He has definitely got the skills. And despite not starting today, he's definitely got the ability to take this ball anywhere on the field to score the run. Now, the pitch.
Leaves that ball in the dirt.
Ball 1, 1-0 count. Bad start for Torres as he's struggled to find the strike zone early.
Yeah, I feel like he hasn't really gotten on it yet.
Unfortunately, his time might be over before it starts, as that is ball number 2 for Xander.
Xander's getting ahead in the count. Could get a walk-off walk here.
While a little bit anticlimactic, these SaberCats will take anything they can get, and that is a 3-0 count here. Just as we're looking to get ready to wrap up this game, this is a great game from the Fossil Ridge SaberCats as they look to put the stamp on here, hopefully with a walk. Oh, and he swings
Puts
on
it
a
in
3-0
play.
pitch. And he's going to get it. There's the run. And there it is.
That's ball game.
And there it is, 10-0. Finished in 6 innings with a final single by pitch hitter, Xander Reese, who just swung on a 3-0 pitch to end this game early. Just a great heads-up play.
Fossil Ridge SaberCats.